Hello Taurus, welcome to your November 2019 reading. Thanks for joining me. My name is Michelle and this is for Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. Let's get started with your reading, Taurus. From the Literary Witches, you've drawn the card of Maria Sabina. Maria Sabina, she lived from 1894 to 1985. She couldn't read or write. She lived in poverty in the mountains of southern Mexico, and she's considered one of the greatest shaman poets. She performed to heal the sick. Cauldron above that. Cauldron speaks of mixing together certain ingredients to find a cure for what ails you. Being creative. It's a rich kind of broth, a surprise to cure what ails you is what I'm getting around this, Taurus. Surprising actions lead to feeling better. Interesting energy. Now, around the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle, we also have beautiful light. We have the Lilac Fire Dragon and the Anandalite. Now, I'm firstly struck by the purple colour in both of these cards. As many of you know, purple is associated with the crown chakra and higher consciousness. So coming into a higher consciousness, enlightenment. There's a feeling around this of transforming, seeking a new direction, but doing so with exceptionally clear sight, Taurus, stripped to the bone as the old falls away. Now, of course, this can be unsettling, jarring as we transform, especially going through something that's quite surprising. But you're being asked by Spirit to not despair. New light is infused and you're transforming your awareness. It's a quantum shift in consciousness. So Taurus, some pretty amazing energy around you for the month of November. It's like this tower moment where suddenly things become very clear about what has been going, what's caused some problems in your life and where to go next. It's leading you in the right way, but it's like you've got this tower moment happening around you at the same time. Now, Taurus, at the bottom of your deck, we've got you as the Hermit. The other person will have the Eight of Swords in reverse. So yeah, there's freedom here. Freedom from restrictions, wisdom gained. Of course, we have this as the wise counselor. You know, it could be a spiritual guide around you, but Taurus, honestly, I feel it's more about yourself, seeking this with the answers within. So let's see where this goes, Taurus. We'll start with your past energy, where you currently stand, where you hope to stand with this in the future, how you're viewing the other person, your doubts and fears, your challenge, and one card for the outcome. The other person, their past energy, where they currently stand, where they hope to stand in the future, how they're viewing you, Taurus, their doubts and fears, their challenge, and one card for the outcome. Remember, either side can resonate, so whatever side resonates with you the most, that's your message. So let's take a look, Taurus. We've got Judgment in reverse and the Six of Cups for the other person. Okay, so this is someone from the past, Taurus, obviously. There's fond memories around this individual. You may have known them for a very long time, maybe since youth or when you were younger. The Judgment card in reverse, though, for you tells me that there was, when we speak about enlightenment and reaching that stage of knowing, in the past you weren't there. There was a lack of self-knowledge, a lack of self-awareness, something that you were repeating. I get stuck in a cycle of, I really think that what you were being guided towards something, obviously a higher power, a higher call, a call to higher consciousness, but you were either unsure of this, you didn't know what it was, perhaps you were just ignoring it, saying, well, I kind of think there's something going on there, behind the scenes that is guiding me on the right path, but I'm going to put it to one side while I work on something else. Yeah, it's around a past person, so I think that you knew there was something around this individual, Taurus. There's a connection, but there was denial around this connection. Okay. Now where you currently stand, we've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Sorry, the King of Pentacles, I beg your pardon, and the Hierophant in reverse. Interesting, both cards of Taurus. So it may be that both of these can symbolize you. Sometimes we get both sides coming out as one person. So the King of Pentacles, you're in the reverse. So again, there's that missing piece. That missing piece of the puzzle is how I'm seeing that king there. The Hierophant in reverse, you know, I actually want to pick up another couple of cards on that. Let me get one on the King of Pentacles in reverse. Three of Swords in reverse. Okay. So repression. I get repressed feelings, repressed pain. Something needs to come out here in order for you to deal with it and find a solution. It's like you've ignored it. I feel that there's been something you've ignored or dampened down. You've made it less significant in your life, although it was still kind of there, lurking. It may have been a breakup. It may have been a past person that you had feelings for here. Taurus is what I'm getting, but you repressed the feelings around this individual. Okay, interesting energy. I actually want to get another one on that Judgment in reverse as well for Taurus. Please clarify Judgment in reverse for Taurus for past energy. And the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, well that's made it a bit clearer for me. You've known it was there and you've been contemplating it, what to do about it. So you've put it on the back burner, but it's always been there in the back of your mind, kind of lurking. There was a call to someone or something from your past. I'm picking it up as a person, but of course it could be a place. Really anything that you feel was your calling, where you should be. It's interesting. Yeah. I love the energy around you here, Taurus. So you've known about it, you've thought about it, you've assessed it. And here I get you really needing to open up or express yourself. What to do? Find a solution. Find a solution to this feeling of, within yourself there's a feeling of not being your best, or not feeling like you're doing your best. And it's because of this missing puzzle piece. Now I want to get one on the Hierophant in reverse for the other person as well. Taurus, what is the Hierophant in reverse for the person that Taurus is dealing with? Where do they currently stand? Where does this other person currently stand? Okay. So there's something that they're involved in. They could be in some kind of, I feel like they're involved in some kind of non-traditional arrangement with someone who is not very good. I get the essence here of them wanting to escape from this person because it's become untenable. Yes, it's either a person that they're with or it's their circumstance. So there's escape here, a willingness to escape, wanting to escape from something which goes against what they feel is their authentic path. I mean, when we put the Hierophant here, this is a card of spirituality. This is a card of higher knowledge. But when he's in the reverse, it's knowing that we're going down the wrong path. Wow, this is really... This is really an interesting reading because I feel like you've had this past connection, Taurus, and somehow on some level you've known there's something more to it, but you didn't really know what to do with it in the past. There wasn't that knowledge gained about what do I do about this? I really feel this about this person or this place. But what do I do? Well, I feel like the other person here is coming into some kind of consciousness. You've actually probably known about it before this other individual, Taurus. But this person is starting to realize that the path they've been going down is their wrong path as well. Okay. So it seems like you've gone on these separate paths, but now they want to come back together because that's what this lilac fire dragon is all about. Transcendence through love and enlightenment. Purity of heart brings peace. So purity. Okay, we've got you here, Taurus. You've got the King of Wands in the upright as what you hope to be in the future. So taking action on your passions, on what you're passionate towards. It's very responsible energy, so you're not doing it in a way that is not going to work out in your favor. So you're acting responsibly, maturely, and you are willing to do what is best for you and for the people around you. This king is a powerful king. He's the king of all kings. He actually rules the other kings in the deck. So this is a card of traditional power, but power used in a very supportive, kind way. It's not power that is dictatorial. Now the other person, they have the moon in reverse. So yeah, there's that time of confusion where they're going down this wrong path with, I don't know, it could be somebody else. Maybe it was just their general life direction, but now I feel like they're really able to move on with clear sight. So you're both getting this clear sight. Taurus, that's wonderful. You know, the moon is a very difficult stage to go through. It speaks of a time where a lot of things get brought up to the surface. Fears, doubts, insecurities, all of that. But this tells me that currently this person is working through that and is almost ready to come out into this light. You know, what comes after the moon? Well, it's the sun. And the sun brings clarity. The sun brings joy, happiness, peace, which is your ultimate goal. Now, how are you viewing this person? We've got the Strength card. So yeah, look, here you are. Wow. Taurus, this is amazing energy. This is strength, this is compassion, this is caring, this is support. But not in a smothering way. This is strength through with guidance. This is showing someone the way. But in a role which is not, it's not overly controlling. You know, it's not like you want to be this person's leader or this person's boss. No, this is co-creator energy. Beautiful. Now the other person, what have they got? The Ace of Swords in reverse. That's how they're viewing you. Okay. So there's still some confusion around choice, a decision. As I said, you know, this person is starting to realize they're just coming into this higher consciousness. You've known this, I think, for a long time. By the look of this, Taurus, it seems like you've been waiting for this person to notice. Okay, well, that's interesting. All right. Waiting for the other person to catch up. Seems like they're well, you know, I'm getting the energy of right now. It's happening right now, Taurus. It's happening right now. So while there may be some lingering confusion around making a decision here. I don't think they'll be confused for long. Your doubts and fears, you've got the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So for you, it's about making the right choice. You don't want to go into this feeling like you have any kind of unrealistic expectations. For them, they have the Magician in the upright. Fearing being able to build what they want in life. You know, the Magician is actually taking action on what it is we want to bring about. So it's after having that thought, after turning this Ace of Swords into the upright and being clear-minded, making choices based on what they know to be true, then they have to actually take action on that choice rather than ignore it, or rather than be destructive in any way, or even just not believing in their own abilities to create a life, to create what it is you want to build here together. You know, some of you, this is a love relationship, some of you it's a business, but you want to build something together. You've been going down the wrong track, so is this other person. You're challenged, the Three of Wands, yeah. So here it's about waiting, doing all that you can to bring this about, and then waiting for the other person to bring home the goods here. It's active waiting, though. It's not just sitting back. It's actually doing something. So you may have to, for some of you Taurians, it's a question of putting it out there and waiting to see what comes back. You may have some fears, some doubt around how this person will respond to what it is that you want to build with this individual. Their challenge is the Three of Pentacles. So 2 threes here. Expansion. Expanding your world, expanding their world, but doing it together as part of a team. So it's not a solitary thing. It's like, you know, here, Taurus, that there's somebody that you need to be with. You need to be on this next part of your journey through life with. There's a spiritual component through this, whereas there has been a lack of it in the past. This person is catching up, or you them. You're putting an end to things in both of your lives that no longer serve you. Things that you've repressed are coming to the surface. I see that with the Moon in reverse. Repressed thoughts, repressed emotions, everything's kind of being brought up to the surface. But what happens when we bring up toxic things to the surface? Well, it gets cleared. I'm reminded of, and I don't want to get too icky here, but I'm kind of reminded of a wound here, Taurus, where what happens if you don't want to continue with an infected wound? Well, you have to bring out all of that darkness, all of that healing, healing what ails you, healing. Wow, I'm getting this energy around this, Taurus. It's very hard for my mind to keep up with what Spirit is giving me right now. It's giving me this rush of energy. And I have to be honest, it's quite overpowering for me. So please keep that in mind. I'm doing my best here to keep up with it. But it's giving me all of these messages and saying, Taurus, that you're being given the right mix of ingredients to heal what has ailed you. You need to get out the infection first. That's your current energy. Getting out what the toxic energy, whatever that means to you, whatever has been held on to for too long that's caused you pain, suffering, and you both have to do that. Wow. But once that's out, then you're left with this pure energy, this pure light. And then I see you being able to create whatever it is that you want with this particular individual. because you're both coming from a place of purity after clearing your energies. It's like you're reaching this higher level of consciousness. Please excuse the noise out there. I'm going to finish this off quite quickly. 5 of Swords in reverse for you as the outcome. And they have the Knight of Wands in reverse for theirs. So there's a blockage when it comes to forward motion. For you, I get that this is really good energy, because whereas in the past, if there's been any kind of behaviors that you're not proud of, I see you releasing all of that toxic energy, and I see you walking away from the past, anything that has caused you pain, anything that you know is not going to be where you need to go next on your journey. It's just a fact that when you reach a higher consciousness and the people around us aren't there, we have to leave some of those people behind. Well, I see you doing that here, Taurus, leaving those people behind, but you're picking up somebody else along the way who's also on the same spiritual path as you, and that's where the beauty happens. It's just getting you two together. It speaks to me of the need to open up the communication here, Taurus. It really does. I'm going to start with the past up here and grab one more card, though I feel it's fairly self-explanatory. Let's see, past energy with that Judgment in reverse. Whoa, okay. Temperance. Wow, okay, look at all of that. 2 cards of mixing together the right ingredients. Temperance, I mean, that's literally alchemy. Cauldron and temperance, mixing together the right ingredients. Taurus, it speaks of bringing together the parts of yourself in a way where you only take the parts that are on the higher level of consciousness. What I mean by that is you've done the work, you've thought about what you need to release. Toxic energy, people in your life that are not on the same spiritual plane as you. Could be even things that you're not proud of. Behaviors in the past, values. So you're reassessing what is important, and you're deciding to only keep the things that speak to you on a higher level of consciousness. That's what I'm seeing there, Taurus. True alchemy. You're an alchemist. I think that's what I'll call the reading. Okay, the 6 of Cups for the other person. Let's see. Past energy for the person that Taurus is dealing with. 5 of Cups in the reverse. Okay, I'm actually going to pull one more on that. Please clarify the reading here on the 6 of Cups, past energy for the other person. And the 8 of Wands. Okay, so I get movement. This person moved away. Yeah, they moved away, and I think that was because they didn't. This person needed to go on some kind of journey of their own in order to understand what they were leaving behind. In the past, all I see is movement. Movement in order to mature is what I'm seeing. Probably when you knew this person before, there's a lot of immaturity. They may have been quite young. So this is growing up It's part of the growing up process. Part of their growing up process was to move away, Taurus. Now, where you currently stand, we've got the Three of Swords in reverse and the King of Pentacles. Where does Taurus currently stand? This King of Pentacles. And here you have the Moon in reverse. So you're coming into this understanding now, where there was confusion of what was not working in your life, especially if it relates to love. You're now seeing things more clearly. You're coming out of that darker time. So you're both in a period where you're having big realizations of really changing how you see yourself. Yes, I get a release of things that you no longer value. People, concepts. Some of you're releasing attachments to more material things like money, all of that. Not that you're being impractical. I don't think that you're being impractical here and just kind of throwing the baby out with the bathwater. I don't feel that, no. It's just more a release of pain and suffering that has caused you to feel less than in some way. Taurus, let's get one for the other person. The Seven of Swords in reverse and the Hierophant in reverse. Seven of Swords in reverse and the Hierophant in reverse. Yeah, the Ten of Swords. So they're putting an end to things that they've been... I get it as either a way of life, a lifestyle, people that they've involved themselves with. There's an end to that. And the Ten of Swords here is a very good card because it tells me that where this person has been escaping, perhaps escaping spiritual consciousness, where they have been operating as an outsider in some way. There's an end to that. Okay. Yes, for some reason I'm picking this up as this person is an outsider, or has been. So they may have been it may signal them moving away and being at a distance, escaping. But that's coming to an end. I don't think that this person is escaping anything anymore. I feel that they're dealing with their issues, or dealing with where they're at, and putting an end to anything that is not working for them, especially relationships, any toxic relationships, any relationships with people that are hurting them in any way as well. They may have someone around them that is not for their highest good, a taker. I get someone who takes things. So putting an end to that, an end to a difficult phase or a difficult relationship. Now, Taurus, we've got you here as the King of Wands, is where you hope to stand with this in the future. Where does Taurus hope to stand with this in the future, with this King of Wands? And the Nine of Pentacles. I want to get one more. Where does Taurus hope to stand with this in the future? Where does Taurus hope to stand with this in the future? And the Ten of Cups. In the reverse. Okay, so I do feel that you have to remove yourself from a family arrangement. So you might be married, Taurus, is what I'm getting. You might have family commitments, but I do feel that you want to take action and get single. I get this as cards of self-sufficiency. This other person may be single. You may see them as the Nine of Pentacles. I often see this as a more female energy, but it doesn't have to be. Earthy energy, so there's practicality. Someone who's self-sufficient, independent, and doesn't have a family is what I'm getting. But first, I think you have to free yourself from an unhappy family arrangement. Let's take a look and see what the moon in reverse. Where does the other person hope to stand with this in the future? The Knight of Swords. Okay, well, they're looking at taking action, communication. So this person wants to communicate with you. They are understanding. There's clarity of thought here. They're ending something around their life which is not working out for them. I get someone who is a taker. It's not them. I feel it's another person around them, and they want to move on. They have purpose, strength of purpose here. So there's clarity of thought, and then putting a plan together and acting upon it, knowing it's the right thing to do, not being confused. So there's no confusion around this other person. Okay, so once they end this situation with this other person, that they're very sure they need to do it, and they're going to do it, is what I'm getting from Spirit. Strength card is how you're viewing this person. Taurus, how are you viewing this other person? Strength card. The Four of Swords. So there's that healing energy. It's like you want to be around this person because you know that they have something that can provide you with a balm, like a healing balm for what ails you. They have the right mix of ingredients that will cure whatever is causing you pain, Taurus. I get peace, I get patience, I get nurturing energy, but again, not in a smothering way. It's more of a sense of just being in a calm place, peace, stillness, in order to attain, you feel like they can help you attain help with what you've been going through, that they can help you with something that you've been going through that's been causing you pain. Okay. The Ace of Swords. This was in the reverse, so I'm going to put that back. How does the other person view Taurus? This Ace of Swords in reverse. How does this other person view Taurus? Okay, so there's that family situation. So they're seeing you as confused about a family, your future happiness. Okay, I understand this. So you've got this connection with this person who's moved away from you. They're putting an end to something that's been going on around them that has been a difficult phase. You're starting to see things a lot clearer in terms of what has been causing you pain and confusion. You're wanting to move away, I think, from an unhealthy family situation, but this other person is seeing you as confused about this family. So they're not certain, where I don't think you're certain either, to be honest, about what you want to do about this prior commitment. So that's why you're coming to speak with them. I don't get visits here. I just get healing energy. Healing energy. You may be asking this person's advice. They may be helping you with advice about this family situation. Your doubts and fears. You've got the Seven of Cups in reverse. Doubts and fears. for Taurus with the Seven of Cups in reverse. Doubts and fears for Taurus. The Seven of Cups in reverse. Doubts and fears. Whoa, okay. I'm going to take that one too because it came out upright. Now you're fearing you're making hasty moves. You're fearing that you're not seeing things clearly. You're not feeling much like the Emperor right now, so there's a lack of confidence around you. You feel a lessening of strength, of power. So you're uncertain what to do with that feeling. I really get this as confusion after the fact. It seems like you're becoming clear here, but then you start to doubt yourself. Yes, I think that you're clear, you want to take action, and then you start to doubt yourself. Second guess yourself. Challenge for the other person with the Magician. The challenge for the other person. We've got the Three of Wands. Yeah, it is about getting you to see the way ahead, a vision for the future, being able to manifest your goals, your dreams. Okay. So there's something that you want to do. You're speaking to this person about it, or you want to speak to them about it. Taurus. Something you want to move away from. I've got it as a family unit. There's something else you want to do, but you're uncertain how to do it. You're uncertain about what to do about this family situation, and you're doubting your own strength, your own ability to manifest this, to create what it is that you want. I mean, when we look at this Three of Wands, there's something clearly that you want to do, Taurus. Something that you want to move towards. This is about growth. You know, you're stagnant. You're feeling stagnant. You're feeling, it's causing you physical pain, certainly emotional pain. But you don't know the way to get out of it. You don't know how to get out of this. You want to go somewhere, another path, another place. I get this as traveling. Could be physical traveling. Could be just you traveling in terms of your thoughts. Being somewhere else. You know, being stuck somewhere, but actually wishing you were somewhere else, or you know, your mind is somewhere else while you're in a place where you think it's stagnant. That's what I feel around this reading. Let's have a look at the Three of Wands. Challenge for Taurus, please. Challenge for Taurus with the Three of Wands. What is the challenge for Taurus with that Three of Wands, please? Yeah, the Eight of Cups in reverse. You know, you want to have a direction. You don't want to drift. You don't want to drift aimlessly. You want to make sure you have a purpose. And for you, drifting is not a Taurian thing. You like to have a plan. You like to have a reasoning behind a plan. You like to have goals, and you like to achieve those goals. You don't want to go off and do something and just kind of say, oh, well, maybe it'll work out, maybe it won't. No, you want to have certainty before you leave a situation, I feel. Let's see. What's the challenge for Taurus, please? The challenge for Taurus. What is the challenge for Taurus, please? Okay. The 10 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, healing again. Healing. You know you have to leave something behind. You know it's time, but you're not leaving it. Spirit is saying it's time. It's time to leave a difficult, well, you know, I mean, this is a hard thing to say, but it seems like something's run its course. When we have 10s here, and the 10s are in the reversal for you, it tells me that it's time to let this go. You know, you keep trying to make something work. It's not working. So for you, it's about seeking a new direction. Recognizing that something needs to end. Difficult ending. But doing it knowing that you have somewhere else to be. Okay, the 3 of Pentacles for the other person, for Taurus, please. The 3 of Pentacles for the person that Taurus is dealing with, their challenge. Why is the 3 of Pentacles the challenge for the person that Taurus is dealing with? Okay. Freeing themselves up. There's a freedom of thought, being free of any kind of restrictions around working together as a team. Okay. I want to get one more on that. Please clarify the 8 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Okay, all right. Okay, well, their challenge is you. I've got you here as the Emperor in reverse. Their challenge is to get you to a place where you see your future, where you see the possibilities, and you're no longer restricting yourself, keeping yourself blocked, stuck. So they're helping you. They're working together with you in order to get you to that place where you start to feel powerful again, where you start to feel in control of your life, where you start making plans, where you feel good about attaining goals, where you ready yourself. You ready yourself for change. Taurus. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I'm picking up that this person, they may or may not be a love interest. I do get that this person does love you. I mean, look at this. So we have this divine love. Purity of heart brings peace, hope, and joy. So someone around you who is pure of heart and is giving you good advice, it seems, to help you move forward in life. Now, the outcome for you with that 5 of Swords in reverse, let's take a look. The outcome for Taurus with that 5 of Swords in reverse. The outcome for Taurus. 5 of Swords in reverse. Please show me the outcome for Taurus here. Wonderful. Look at that. There's you manifesting a plan. Putting a plan together. Here's you recognizing that you need to move away from something that you've held on to for a long time, which you felt defeated by. You know, and you, Taurus, you're not someone who likes to feel defeated. You don't like to admit when something hasn't worked out the way you thought it would. So you've held on. But this is you recognizing that you can't do that any longer. It's having that light bulb moment and saying, you know what, I have to walk away from this. This is just hurting me. So you're setting intentions, you're setting goals, you're making plans on your future. You're trying to choose a direction. You may have a couple of ways to go here, Taurus, with that 2 of Wands. Please clarify the 2 of Wands for Taurus for the outcome, please. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. to get yourself out of a blockage. You've been stagnant, you've been stuck, you don't like it anymore, you feel like there's something more to life, more that you want to achieve, and you're getting ready to get to this place of the 3. Now we start with the 2, where we start with the Magician. Let's start there. We start with the Magician, where you have that light bulb moment, you have the idea. You have all the tools on the table in front of you, enabling you to manifest this idea into reality. So not just dreaming, not just daydreaming about things, Taurus, actually realizing a goal. Putting that plan into motion is your challenge. Ending something, walking away from something you probably should have walked away from a long time ago, and putting a plan into action to get away from this stagnancy, what's kept you blocked from moving on. Let's take a look at the other person and their challenge. The challenge for the other person here, the Knight of Wands in reverse. The outcome, rather. The outcome for this other person, the Knight of Wands in reverse. What's the outcome for the person that Taurus is dealing with? The outcome for the person that Taurus is dealing with? What is the outcome for the person that Taurus is dealing with? The 8 of Pentacles. There's dedication here to helping, to finding a way out, a solution. What is the outcome for the person that Taurus is dealing with, please? The outcome for the person that Taurus is dealing with? Page of Pentacles, yeah. A new start. This is something new, something starting from a solid foundation, though. They're certainly willing to look. They're willing to look at all the details, and they're willing to put in the hard work as well. So this is not someone who's shirking responsibility. This is someone who is helping you, and by them helping you, you're helping them. It's kind of mutual. This is mutual assistance, I feel. So you're both getting out of bad spots in your life. You're helping each other. It's a spiritual connection. I do feel they want to get started on this, but it's being blocked at the moment, this movement. Travel is blocked, movement is blocked, while you sort out this other family situation, Taurus. Let's get one more card for the Page of Pentacles. Outcome here for the person that Taurus is dealing with. Outcome. And wow, look at that. Page of Wands. So they're waiting for good news. They're waiting for news from you so that they can get to work, get started on this next phase of your life. It's something you want to build together, I feel. I do feel that spiritually. And both pages here speaks of new starts. There's playful energy around this as well. It's an innocence, return to innocence. I mean, when I think of purity, it seems like this is very pure, this connection between you and this individual. I mean, look at this. This is earth energy. This is you, Taurus. This is fire energy. So the other person might be a fire sign. Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Can I say this? I feel like it's a return to a youthful time. It feels like that, but it's not like you're suddenly reversing the clock or anything like that. It might feel like it. It might feel like a return to your youth. But it seems like you knew this person when you were younger. Then your paths diverged, and now you're coming back together, and it seems to be something here that has every reason you have every reason to feel optimistic about. This person is very enthusiastic to get this started. but they're waiting. I get waiting on news so that they can take action. Right, let's get a card and see what needs to be surrendered here, Taurus. What needs to be surrendered for Taurus with this reading? What needs to be surrendered by Taurus? What needs to be surrendered by Taurus? What needs to be surrendered? Surrender to inner peace, yeah. You know, I think there's something that's been gnawing away at you. It's kind of been eating you up. It's causing you pain, suffering. You want to be able to get to that more peaceful place. You know, you want to be able to get to that more, that feeling of being where you're supposed to be. Stillness, quiet, refuge, good vibes. You know, being in the flow, and instead of work, you feel like you've been working against the flow, and you've been feeling like you've been hard up against it, because it seems like when we're on the wrong path, we're showing signs all the time that we're on the wrong path. Things are not working, things don't seem to work out, we can hold on to a lot of toxic energy. You're being guided to where you're supposed to be. It's like you're being plonked out of something here and put right. Something put to where you were supposed to be, probably in the first place. But at the same time, I get an energy around this of needing to go this road so that you can be here. I don't think you could be here, this place of attaining this enlightenment of where you need to be with this other individual, without you both taking these other journeys. Let's get one more card. Message for Taurus. What does Taurus need to hear? What does Taurus... Okay. And surrender negative thinking, yeah. That's what this person is trying to get you to do. Surrender negative thinking. You do have control over your thoughts, Taurus, so when negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. You know, don't keep yourself stuck in saying, I can't, it's not possible, there's just too many obstacles, I can't do this. Well, the fact is you can, and you will. I see you doing that, but you need the help of this other person. Kind of guide you there, give you the confidence to empower you somewhat, so that you can release that negativity. That's their challenge, to work together with you to get over the hump there, to get you over the hump of tackling this challenge. Okay, let's get a card from the Oracle of Visions. Message for Taurus. What does Taurus need to hear? Message for Taurus. Okay. All right, so let's have a look at this one. This card speaks of choices, but of course choices comes with risks and consequences. So you're intrigued by a what-if scenario. So the card depicts curiosity, temptation, and wanting to know. It's natural, of course, to want to know, to try, and the only way to find out is, of course, to try, Taurus. It's through such processes that we grow and avoid stagnation, which is exactly what's going on here. But of course we have to be mindful of causes and effects as well. So that's the thing. There's something you want to do. This person is helping you remove any negativity and negative thinking around it. They want to see you find some peace, but it's not to say that you should ignore the consequences, because I do feel that in doing this you have to leave something behind. Now I have a feeling, Taurus, that for the majority of you this is something that you should have left behind already, but you've been holding on to out of fear. So here a regal queen opens a jeweled egg-shaped treasure from which flies a column of fairies. Glowing like fireflies, they're now free. So there's freedom here. But what is unclear, of course, to you, Taurus, is whether the outcome of the release will be reflected on with fondness or regret. But you don't know until you try. Our acts invariably result in consequences, both good or bad. So thinking of, oh no, like I can't do this, it's only going to be bad. It's going to be bad, I can't do it. That's not the right attitude here, Taurus, because you could do this and find good. That's what I'm sensing. So instead of going to the negative and thinking, oh no, I can't, I won't, I shouldn't, that's going to be bad for me. Instead, try to see it as a positive thing. A balance to be struck in how you're thinking about things. So thinking of it as bad, or thinking of it as only the consequences are just too great, will keep you stuck. Unless you try, you'll never know, and that in turn can lead to a feeling of having a lost opportunity, and that can gnaw away if not acted upon. That's the thing. I don't think you want to lose an opportunity, have regret. It seems to me like you're going to find peace as a result of this journey. So open up to the possibility of this being a very good thing for you, because that's what I'm getting here. And the other person's totally on board with you. So if you're doubting them, I wouldn't, Taurus. Wow, so I'm going to leave it there. The power of divine love, of pure love, will help heal what ails you. It's the right mix of ingredients for you to find inner peace and to get you both out of negative situations in your lives, and to help you be guided on the right path forward for your future. Wishing you the best with this, Taurus. Thanks for watching. If you'd like a personal reading, you can email me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com. Wish you the best with this, Taurus. Bye for now.